And I just got done spending the better part of the morning when I should have been doing homework, going through the many, many photos that I have documenting myself being in the states of San Luis Potosi in an official capacity with Mexican weapons. Being in states like San Luis Potosi, Zacatecas, Jalisco, Aguas Calientes, Querétaro, Guanajuato, Estado de Mexico, Distrito Federal, and all these other places where I can prove it with photographic proof and have proven it in previous videos. I'm saying all that to say this. I was just on Julian Dory's podcast that you guys saw, and there's a bit of a rift going amongst all of us, and I don't like drama, but I've been very polite trying to play ball with people that try to introduce themselves into the cartel space indebidamente, without reason. I've got a show lined up where it's a Mexican show. It's a little bigger than Sean Ryan, but it is in Spanish. Julian routinely in the description section of the video states exactly what his guest YouTube channels or how to contact them. On both videos of mine, he fails to do that, and on every other guest, he chooses to do that, which can only mean that he's personally snubbing me for whatever reason, presumably because he's best friends with Tommy. And I've taken issue with Tommy G's videos because there's severe holes in them, and I'm going to post those videos again so you can see them. Enough people have seen my video over on Julian Dory's channel to know that I've got going on what I have going on. I've got all the proof to back it up. I've even been on Ed Calderon's and several other things. There is an issue with Tommy G's so-called cartel contacts where they cross themselves up, don't pack a spare tire. A lot of different details I can get into. And recently, I got done interviewing the same person that Katerina Schultz just interviewed in their clandestine rehab thing, and found out that they either flat out lied or have just completely misrepresented something from the same person that Katerina Schultz interviewed. So I don't really like Julian using my face to represent Katerina Schultz when she's proven to be a fraud, at least in the cartel clandestine rehab thing where they're kidnapping people, but these people get to go out and go to work or come back. They pay the guy, that Mark Rivera, the same person Katerina Schultz interviewed, 300 to 500 pesos a week to stay there. And in addition to that, kidnapping, which is Katerina's words, carries a sentence of 40 to 140 years in Mexico, with a federally mandated squad to go after the people that are kidnapping people. Mark Rivera sitting there overtly stating that they do not kidnap people. Tommy G has people on his cartel related people that he never validates are not just merely cholos or whatever, and that traffic drugs across the border 2 ounces at a time and sell it for $40 at a whack down in the corner parking lot. His guy's words, not mine. And when I take issue with all this and hit him up politely in an email, I get Julian Dory blowing up my phone with messages and phone calls wanting to find out why I'm hitting up Tommy G's video. They refuse to put my name in the videos that I'm on. You go through any of Tommy G's or Julian Dory's videos, each one of them, when it's an individual person, has a name listed in the title. You will not see my name, Dave Franke, in any of the titles. And I really do feel like the only reason Julian Dory posted those videos, and I played ball long enough to get it published so people would know about it, is only because if he didn't publish it, it would make himself look even worse. All of these guys sell products on all of their videos, and I do not. I do my videos because I want people to have the truth. I do have an in with somebody that I'm working with right now to bring Mexican news to the United States. Even in the comments on the most recent Julian Dory video, you're going to see fantastic claims of Navy SEALs down in Mexico shooting Americans, which is not something that's ever going to happen until right now with Scheinbaum inviting people into the Mexican Republic as long as they recognize Mexican sovereignty. Grimes is the same thing. Yeah, Totally. There's a lot that goes on in this business that I've learned about over the last year, and it's got nothing to do with bringing you the truth. And I would invite anybody that I'm talking about, because I'm going to republish all the videos that I've got from day one. I've got them all. I've got everything from people, Navy SEALs on the phone I've been on the phone with, MARSOC Marines I've spoken to in person, all of the people that I've contacted, Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan, Katarina Schultz, everyone over at Ironclad, hitting Vincent Vargas up directly on his personal phone during a live feed, asking how it is Pierre Rossini, who is their go-to cartel expert, was put in prison for 40 years in the year 2000 because of killing 2 people or ordering 2 people to be killed. But the people that killed him, Frank Nassana and a guy by the name of Willie Harrison, if I'm getting his first name right, nothing to do with cartel hitmen taking out this Ellenberger and this Estes guy. There's only 2 Latino people in the entire thing, the Estes guy and the Rossini, who has got a Brazilian father, I think it is, has his con buddy or his cellmate writing a story on him about the only time he's documented being in Mexico, being in Tijuana for New Year's Eve party, gets out of prison March 1st of 2024, is on supervised federal prison or penitentiary supervision, parole, for the next 6 years, and somehow this guy's doing tech work, has been vetted by Vince Vargas, is doing tech work. I've got the entire thing. We do need to get into Diddy. We do need to get in the Epstein files. But there's so many distractions. I'm going to stay in my lane for right now and straighten out this cartel genre podcaster grifter thing, because it's a thing. I don't like being this way. I like being funny and friendly and everything. However, I've got Johnny Mitchell on the phone admitting that he never validated Ollie Gonzalez's cartel hitman status in any meaningful way at all. And anybody that wants to take any issue with this, you can dump all of my videos on YouTube. But I'm going to leave this here because I'm not interested in selling boots. I just got done doing 2 videos for the last 2.5 hours, like I was saying, of things that prove I'm in all these different states, because Tommy G sends me an email again. I first contacted Tommy G in January of 2025. I see Tommy's BS last cartel video just now, and he's asking for someone with direct proximity to the Cartel de Jalisco de Nueva Generación, which I happen to have, having worked against him. He finds out it's me as soon as he gets his phone number, my old phone number. He doesn't want to talk anymore. I send him a thing. At every turn, it has been this way with these guys. And Vincent Vargas and everybody else wouldn't even start talking to me until I started putting together an open source intelligence database with organizational and social network analysis tools to be able to start seeing who was saying what, to whom, when, what direction the information flowed between the nodes and the edges, which is what it's called. And then they started paying attention to me because now I have methodology backing me. I need someone with tech that's also driven to make sure that things are true, because now you have all these other people. I got Valhalla VFT. I met him in person. He was super cool. Let's do a podcast. Cool. I got it on tape. I go to his channel during a live feed and I hit him up and I ask him, how is it you prove that a Navy SEAL shot Mencho, and how is it that you've got Americans being kidnapped in Mexico? Do you have any proof? He blows up at me, calls me a rando, calls me a retard and everything else. And then I've got his guys down in my comment section upset because I'm asking for people to have proof. You got Green Bay Beret Chronicle just today putting up another video about how Navy SEALs are in Mexico taking shots, when you got Jeff Bramstead, a Navy SEAL, sitting there claiming flat out, and he put me in contact with him, that one of his SEAL brothers is in Mexico doing security. They're not down there doing anything. I've only ever seen 3 Americans working exactly in one of the hottest zones of the country, and I go out of my way to prove everything. And I can't get these guys to touch me with a stick, but when I ask them for proof of anything, it's a non-starter. Katarina Schultz, sitting there Everybody's always got their face covered. You cannot get them to put someone on camera with their face revealed, even though everybody in the cartel knows what would happen to them and their entire family if they gave up cartel business, specifically in another country where they took the time and the money. Good motivator, yes? No, yeah. I'll help you in the best way I can since you have worked and been to Mexico firsthand experience. Texas 13 mate, I appreciate that. I just want to make sure we're being told the proof. My plans going forward to make money for myself, just so you guys know, so we're on the same page, isn't selling you products. It's selling a book that we're writing right now between me and my wife, and maybe doing a movie, because no Americans have actually gone down in Mexico and carried a Mexican machine gun for the Mexican government. So Vince, how is it Pierre Rossini was doing cartel work when he was a meth cook in California, barely tracking his shipments with Excel spreadsheets back at pre-1999? Spends the next 23 years in a federal prison and then gets out under supervised parole, and he has been vetted by you, because that's your message to me, Vincent Vargas. Rossini is a cartel expert, spending the last 25 quarter century behind federal custody. Gets out, is still under federal supervision, but he is a go-to cartel expert. You have some chick from Surrey, British Columbia, in her tech degree with journalism in 2022 is sitting there on Sean Ryan being paraded as a cartel expert in Katerina Schultz, and I get done blasting her and her entire stupid clandestine cartel rehab video. It's on my channel. You can look at it and decide for yourself. Not a word from them, but I get their creative writer, Bilal Abul or whatever. I've got a video with it. I'll repost it. And Jeremy Carey's brother, I'm assuming, and Jesse Carey emailing me wanting to talk about it. I'm tired of blowing it off, so I'm just going to put it all up. Tommy G, I call your burner contact cartel phone that you put on one of your videos. It's admittedly probably a burner cell phone. No answer. I go through and wonder why it is someone that's going to take the time to smuggle 15 keys in a 215-55 R17 size tire, or 255-55 R17 size tire, which would fit 30 kilos of cocaine or methamphetamine at a density of 15.2 grams per cubic inch. Why you would waste half of the space in that and not fill the whole thing up and bring it across with some shorter, pudgy lady, no offense to her weight, who has 3 children, that admits in the same video how dangerous the cartel are, but her best instinct is to get on camera with you and then sit there and put on blast everything that they've already been federally indicted for and hasn't even been brought to conclusion in 47 or 48 defendants. And you take issue because I email you and say, let's talk, and I will fly to you on my dime at your convenience to talk to you in person. And then you don't talk to me, you talk to Julian Dory, get him to blow up my phone and send me messages, ask me what the F, and then you talk to Julian Dory and Mark Gagnon. The merry-go-round's going to stop. I'm not asking you guys for clout. I don't need your 1 million subscribers, because I was there. You and Kat and Julian were not. Julian doesn't want to put my name in the titles. I don't give a damn. I was there. You guys have all built castles on sand, and I built mine on concrete because I was there. My bedrock is firm. Not only that, it is amazing to me that I can be on all these channels, and you can call it what it is. I've been on Hector Bravo. He doesn't put my name in the title. I've been on Ed Calderon. He doesn't put my name in the title. I've been on Camp Gagnon. He has put my name in the title, I believe. But you haven't, Julian. Glenn Beck did. But you got these guys that are all selling stuff that aren't as established as Glenn Beck that refuse to put my name in the title. Why is that? Is it because if people see me smoking your videos on my channel, you're going to lose ad space? Ad revenue? We'll just call it what it is. I could overlook it once in one description or one title, but when it's 2 descriptions, 2 titles, when your format's already copy and pasted on one video to the other, guest links and you don't put it on there, and then on top of that, I have the time and courtesy to have respect for Tommy G's wrestling background, which I also have. Tommy G, for you guys that know, why are they so scared to go to Mexico? Even grandmas go every day. The movie American Ultra. I'm looking at these. 7 people in my family have been murdered over the last 40 years. They tried to kidnap a guy named Steve Littlejohn and I in 2012. The Guthrie thing is mockingbird operations. I'm going to look at all this stuff. The print on my screen is really small, so forgive me. I put my face out there when I went to Mexico because I was on the tail end of a bad divorce where my ex-wife left my daughter in Russia and moved back to the United States without her. And I didn't have anything to live for. And I was going to try to make sure I did something good with my life, which is how I wound up in a Mexican uniform. For whatever reason, a lot of these people want to control whether my name is out there. Dave, D-A-V-E, Frank, F-R-A-N-K-E. And these guys have a lot of subscribers behind them. So you're going to get a lot of trolls in the comments talking about, I'm not fake, I'm not anything. I figured out the best way to prove to you that I am who I am is to take pictures and a video of a lot of my work photos with my brothers from work. I have to blur their faces out of it, but it's super clear where I'm at. And I have pictures where I can prove that I'm at certain states, with physical landmarks, and I'm in certain states doing my job. And even though I try to be upfront and nice with Julian Dory, Tommy G, who are best buddies, try to be forthright, cordial, and all this stuff, they blow me up. And when I ask Julian why on the video in the comment section, he'll heart and like and comment and respond to everybody else's comment except for mine on the first video. And on the second video, when I ask, hey, you probably overlooked it, but my name or nothing is in the title. Could you fix that? My comment disappears. So I'm going to say all this. They all play stupid games with people that have certain initials and names to confuse everyone. That's right. There's a lot of things that we should be focused on why people are being called terrorists when the actual terrorists are sitting there killing girls in a school when they can drop a Moab bomb on the pimple on a gnat's ass, but they somehow wipe out an entire school of girls. Or there's a picture of a little girl that's shaking my hand in one of my work things, man. And my general, we are very committed to him. And this little girl one day, we were at a march, a military march, and she was hiding behind her mom, but she was looking at me behind her mom's leg, and I reach out and I shake her hand. And I'm never going to forget that moment because it is my job as an adult male, and it is your job as an adult male to make sure that we look out for children of every color. They like to accentuate the fact that I was a skinhead for a short period of time during my childhood and early adulthood, and they will accentuate that first on my videos. But Sean Ryan, who's trafficking cocaine in Colombia, his words, after he gets out of service, they'll title him as an MI6 trained Navy SEAL. So he gets out of the service and goes over to illegal behavior. I leave illegal behavior behind, and I'm defined as a skinhead, while Sean Ryan remains to be an MI6 trained Navy SEAL. So there's so much stuff. I doubt I'm even in the tags if you look at the view count on everything. So there's all this stuff going on. So hey, Tommy, Julian, Camp Gagnon, I'm still cool with you guys. You guys are cool. I was just talking with Jesus yesterday. Love you guys, all of you. Deep over at Julian, I love you too, man. But everyone that's sitting there trying to give me the cold shoulder, including everyone over at Ironclad, and including you, Jeremy Carey, and your return on investment worries in your video, Road Shop, podcast, whatever, and as long as it checks 2 out of 3 boxes, if it's educating, empowering, or entertaining, it doesn't even have to be educating as long as it's entertaining, right? You got engagement and empowering your bank account. It doesn't even have to be true because you'll post it. And as long as it's with someone you like working with, your words. I'm going to leave this at 20 minutes. I'm going to drop it off. I'm going to edit those other videos and I'll have them up sometime today or tomorrow with all of the stuff of me at work. Hey, Tommy and Julian, you guys can throw my cat and all your bullshit reporting and everybody saying that they're shooting, Navy SEALs are shooting people in Mexico. Prove it. Put up or shut up. Hey, Tommy, you asked me in an email if I have any validation to prove that I was down there against CJNG or Zetas or anybody else. I've got all of it. I'll have it uploaded later today or in the morning. Cheers. You know what? Hey, one last thing. If you're on my channel, thank you for giving me your time because it's important to me. And I just want to make sure that you guys get the truth. My life actually is in a James Bond. Cheers, man. I'll address all the comments later, man. I got to get. Thank you for your time.